preparing ourselves for the Europe trip.
We are going to have procession of the Rosary at night, and I'm telling you, it is breathtaking. Like Father said, I want to emphasize on this. I don't know how your connection with God is, or what your prayer intentions are as you go for this pilgrimage, but I want us to understand that we are going for pilgrimage. We are going for pilgrimage. We are going for.
As I said earlier, with regard to noticing that some of us may not be having currency cards, we discussed this theme of commercial yesterday. What they told me, I did not believe, because they told me they have cards that have 17 currencies. I want to hear them say which one, because we know I don't know how they have been killed, but they tell us. And I invited them so that they can share with us. And remember, I also said that if you are interested, you come with a team and a copy of the ID and the KRIP copy. And we have sharing here in the team. And as I talk with you, they are from Partner Bank. These are the pilgrims, the people who will be traveling. There are about 100 thereabout. Plus others, the Gong Belgium is coming to join us. So this is a team. I know you'll be very brief, so that if there is any question, you can ask questions regarding the card and what are has presented. I know we have not talked about t-shirts. We still discuss those matters. I know we have not talked about rooming, how members will be sharing the rooms. I know that is also done. We will also discuss that.
All the time. God is good.
To visit you. It's really an honor to be with you. And briefly, I'd like to introduce the team that I've come with before I continue to tell you about the multi-currency cards.
All the time. God is good.
My name is Simon Kioko, the branch manager of KCB Partners. We are glad and we are happy that you invited us to be here. And thank you so much, Father Maria, for this invitation. We hope we are going to work together. We believe what we plan to do. Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Evan Fitzmelo. So one of us studying to do the multi-currency card, and I think very much of you, but it is important card. Why? The bank so important because of the dynamism of the world. Many things are changing, and the people are traveling. So the bank came up with multi-currency card some 3-4 months ago. Why? Because of that need of who travel in many countries in this one. So it is a card and a prepaid card, but she's going to take it with her. Thank you so much.
So, as you know, the multi-currency card comes with 18 currencies. 18 currencies which include, you have the Kenya shilling, you have the GBP, the Standard Pound, you have the US dollar, you have the euro, you have the Australian dollar, you have Canadian dollar, you have the dirham from UAE, you have Ugandan shilling, Rwandese franc, you have the Tanzanian shilling, you have the South African rand, you have the Indian rupee, you have the Japanese yen, you have the Swiss franc from France, you have the Chinese yuan, the Danish krona, Swedish krona, and the Norwegian krona. So this currency we believe that the most commonly used currencies in the world, and that is very freedom, but also why we believe that continue to expand. So the currency, it's a prepaid card, load the money to the card. The card is a standalone card. It is not linked to any account. So that is to avoid any cases of fraud. We see so much fraud because the people they are linking their ATM cards and money getting stolen from their accounts. So when you have the pay card, then only money that is accessible is one that you have put in that card. And then why should you get that card? Number one is because of the convenience and the ease of use. With between currencies, once you load the Kenya shilling, you can go swipe USD, you can go swipe in Euro, you can go swipe in USD, you can go swipe in any of those 18 currencies, and then you can need to go get the actual other currency. And then number two, it is cost efficient. It is cost efficient with the funds. One, you don't have to go looking for euros or dollars or the other currency that you need. Once you load the Kenya shilling, you will be able to transfer. If you want to transfer to buy dollars, you will be able to do the transfer from Kenya shilling to the US dollar on the self-service portal for the multi-currency card. Number two, when you use this card, when you go somewhere, you go to the restaurant, you want to pay, and then you swipe. You do it for free, you will not be charged anything. And then number three, it will save you time. Sometimes you go to buy bills, foreign currency bills, you get that you're given bills that once you go to a shop to buy something, they are rejected. And once you come to return them to the bank, you've gone to Italy, and then you come back with some euros, and then now you want to change it to Kenya shillings, unaenda kwa bank unaambiwa hapana, ama kwa forex bureau unaambiwa hapana, iko na alama, iko na nini, you cannot accept that. So when you have this currency, this prepaid card will save you from all that hassle of exchanging foreign currencies and the likes. And then number three, we talked about the safety and the security of the card. So once you do a transaction on this card, automatically you get a message on your phone telling you that such and such transaction has happened to your card. So this keeps you alert on the transactions that are happening on your card. And then number two, on the self-service portal, you have the option to disable, to block, to freeze a card. So if you suspect that maybe there's any activity that is going on with your card and you're not aware of it, you can immediately log into the portal, and then from there you'll be able to, if you want to block it, you can block it, you can freeze it, and then before you get, before you go back, before you start querying the actions. And then the other thing is that the card is globally accepted anywhere. Anywhere you go, you'll be able to swipe that card without any limitation. And then lastly, the self-service portal, if you want to subscribe to this prepaid card, you'll be able to access, and then you can be able to manage your prepaid card from anywhere in the world. So how do you have the prepaid card? You have several ways. The easiest one I think is through M-Pesa. You can do this in two ways. Number one, you can use the pay bill 522. Then the account number is the card number, 16 digits. It comes imprinted on the card. And then number two, you can use the portal. It has an STK push. So you can input the number that maybe you want to load the M-Pesa number, and then automatically it will pop up. You input the PIN, and then you'll be able to transfer the money on your card. If you're a KCB customer, you can be able to load the card from your mobile banking app or your internet banking application. And then lastly, you can load it over the counter at any KCB branch. The seller there will be able to load the several currencies. You can be able to load the shilling, the dollar, the euro, the British pound, Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, the franc, and the South African franc. So what do you need? What you need to register to subscribe to this is just your ID and KRA, and then the charges 600 shillings, and this is everything. And then from there, just receive the card in your branch of choice within 4 working days. And then once you receive the card, of course, you will be onboarded on the self-service portal, and then you can be able to manage your card. You can see the statements, the transactions, the balance that you have in your card, and do any other card-related transactions. And think that is what I had for you today. I don't know, any questions?
What rate does the card pick when you're doing the transaction?
It picks the day's rate for the KCB bank. Yes.
Yeah, on that note, maybe we have, I know that it's a very sensitive. We usually negotiate. You have to come to a branch, you can negotiate for you, depends on the amount that you have. One thing that for the bank, we usually have negotiated rates for the customers that are doing huge amounts, more than 1,000. We use more than 1,000 euro. So once you are at that level, we will be able to negotiate for you. We can do that. Once you want to do deposit or transfer to the multi-currency card.
But in this case, because you're traveling, you get whatever rate the bank gives you, right?
Yes.
No, you don't need to have an account with us. Ideally, the Pay card it's a standalone product, yes. So you don't need to have an account with us. And that's why there is the service portal, because that one also is standalone, it's specifically for the card. So if you just want the card, you just come for the card, you don't have to open an account.
The second question is about the charging over the counter.
Yes,
And I do in forex, like I have dollars, I just banking everything.
yes, you
there.
can bank in foreign currency. Yes.
Probably, before you continue answering, can you say what is the advantage of using a currency card in my ordinary visa when I am in London? Are you getting?
Yeah.
What's the difference between using my ordinary visa card when I'm in London and when I have this one you are talking about? Let us expound on that. You also have probably cards, visa card from KCB. Yes. What is the difference between using the visa card from KCB and using the currency card when I am outside the country?
For multi-currency card, for KCB, one of the major advantages is that it detects the 18 currencies. For this particular case, you are going to Europe, yeah? So it will be able to transact in Europe with that currency for Europe, that is Europe, without much ado, without much inconveniences. For example, if you use debit card, the debit card for another bank, even KCB, does not allow you to use another currency when you have there. And that is the major reason why prepaid card work better when you are using other currencies. The debit card does not change automatically to that currency when you are out there. So for this particular prepaid card, you load first, and it is easy to transact with the currencies out there wherever you might have traveled. That is one major reason why we came up with the multi-currency card, because of conversions of currencies when you travel.
The debit card is here, you know, for us, when you have trouble, you are in Paris. You put visa card, you have to pay a pesa. You also use the charges, you have to pay a pesa. When you are saying easy, what are we meaning? Because if you go, you will inside, and the money comes out. Now, expound what you mean by this sentence. Because remember, what they teach you is about to change the exchange. When I am going and when I'm using my Kenya shilling card, can you substantiate? Not just say, all of them is less than. That's why I'm going to what in this particular that we are talking about we would advise you to load the prepaid card with the currency for the other country before you travel, so that when you are there, you are not faced with the exchange rates.
For example, if you have that card, we give you the card for the multi-currency card. It will be easier for you to load in Kenya before you travel, so that when you are in Europe, you don't face the challenge for the exchange rate. That is very key for us because you know the exchange rates are fluctuating every other time. It is easy for you to negotiate a better rate in Kenya. You load first in Kenya, then you travel to Europe. While in Europe, you can get able to do your multi-currency without the exchange risk exposure. I think that's very clear with why we do need this currency, the multi-currency card.
You want to remark that I returned to euros because I was going to Europe. I'm coming back now and says euros that I just want to get back to my pocket. If you have to drop an ATM here and there that you're going to charge either dollars, euros, or pounds, at least a few hard currencies.
Yes, we do have ATMs that you can be able to withdraw in foreign currencies. So for example, my Avenue, you have Westgate, you have Village, you have, I'm not sure about TRM, but yeah, they are there.
Okay, now for the benefit of the team, personally I have a number of currencies that I can tell you for free. I'm not holding brief for them, but this appears to be a good deal. Most of these cards out here, once you change into the hard currency, you can only get it out in Kenya shillings. And in fact, that happens even in big banks. I don't want to name names, but even in big banks. Once you put in dollars, you are not likely to be able to get it out in dollars in case you want to reverse, when you want to get your money back. You're planning the traveling, you want to get some of that money back into the pocket or other things, you have to remove it in Kenya shillings. In fact, even if you ask for a balance to do the ATMs, you get balance converted in Kenya shillings. So if you're telling me I can always get back my money in hard currency as I put it, I think it's a good deal. This is the thing.
I have a question. These cards have an annual charge. So, well, most credit cards have an annual charge. So, if I don't use this card, at the end of the year, is there any bill to cover it?
So it's not a credit card, it is a prepaid card. The difference is for a credit card, we give you a card that has the bank's money for you to use. In this case, this is a prepaid card, you're the one who's loading the money for you to use. So for the prepaid card, there are no annual charges. You just pay the 600 to purchase the card, and that's it. You sell it for the next 4 years, no any other charges in card.
Thank you. So if I put 1,000 euros
Yes.
and go and spend 600, when I come back, will you give me back my money at the rate that I had bought?
He's being ambitious.
The base rate, or maybe negotiated. Yeah, and it's normally lower than the one you use for buying.
You want to hear the answer?
I want to answer that. As our colleague, our friend has talked about, you can come and withdraw your euro from when you come back to the current rate. You can withdraw the hard cash. Other than withdrawing the hard cash, once you withdraw the hard cash, you can be able to go and get Kenya shillings better. In terms of Kenya shillings, you can exchange over the counter and get a better rate, depending on the amount of the euro that you withdraw as hard cash.
When I come back, I have to go and withdraw the cash first. Yes, euros. Get the hard cash. Then go to Europe for forex trade.
Yeah. If you do not have an account, if you have an account with KCB, you can be able to negotiate for you. We do to transfer from the card to your account. When you don't have an account with KCB, I don't want to say that you go to forex trade. Come to the bank.
One final question. So I put in euros for the card, but then I happen to pass through Cape Town. Can I spend all again? There will be an exchange rate loss that kicks in. Because then I have to use a different currency from the one I had. partially.
And I know you know the answer. You will definitely have some effect on the exchange rate because that's a different currency, but it is very convenient for you because even though you could also have hard cash, there's always, when you go to different countries, because of currencies, there's that issue of the rates. That will also affect you. But it will give you the convenience that you are able to work, to do transactions in South Africa very well without any inconvenience.
So really, if I go to South Africa and the card is having euros, I want to exchange to rands. So I can exchange euros to rands. So I benefit because most like euros are higher. The problem is when you have rands, you want to exchange to euros. So the advantage is when you have the hard currency of dollar, euro, pound, changing them to other currency. That's what you mean.
Father, that is very clear. You are getting it very clear. You know it. That is what it is. That our four major currencies that control the economy are very strong. And once you have them, you are safe when you are traveling the world. That is the BNP.
What is good?
All the time.
I think let me ask a question that is very important and also maybe an input. So on the input, the multi-currency card, because I know every time I'm having beef with my teams, I always recommend yes. And like I think the final clarification has come out that the importance of having this card is for you to free buy. You buy the euros, you buy the dollars, you buy the GDP, whatever currency it is, you load. Once you go to the other side, you can even go to an ATM and it's a Visa card, right? If it's a Visa card, you just go to any Visa ATM and do what? Withdraw the hard cash. So if you're in Europe and you loaded your euros, then you can be able to do what? Withdraw them on the other side. So it is important because we are not talking about exchange rate here. There will be no issues of, I don't know what is the exchange rate for the day and all those other things. My only question in this case is, these prepaid cards have limits. How much amount of money can you, especially for those people in business, because it also now becomes, and they get someone in business, what is the maximum amount of money you can load in each of the denominations, or for instance, what is, how much tax, how much this card pay? At the same time, we have a limit over time. I have had a challenge with my bank, but I know something happened in between. For those of us who have traveled before, I brought the other bank to introduce their multi-currency card. I think they were the first people to bring the multi-currency card in the market. And but apparently what happened in between, there was an incident somewhere, I think somewhere last year. And I remember I was in US and I was trying to pay for a ticket worth $2,000 and something and I could not pay. I need to call my branch manager and I'm told there is something that happened that they have capped down the amount you can pay online to 200,000 Kenya shillings. So if you convert that into dollars, it means I can only pay something worth $1,500. So it doesn't make sense for me. If I wanted to purchase something that is $2,000 or more, so we need to know whether also there is something like that capping. At the same time, at the beginning of this year, I've been using the card for just because I saw most of these cards are valid like for 2 years. I don't know that yours is also the same. So within 2 years, the other Visa cards are normally 5 years. So the prepaid card goes for around 2 years. So I've used, my card is expiring I think somewhere next year, but I've used it for only 1.5, I think a year or so. And just because I've been using it also maybe to do some ticket here and there, I have reached a maximum limit of the amount I can do what I can transact. So I'm told, and now I'm telling them, now can I then, if I've reached the maximum limit, can I then come and pick another card? No, you cannot pick another card because you as a prepaid card holder, you have reached the maximum amount of money you can transact using the what. So now they're telling me, unless you come and get a credit card, you can no longer get another, you can't get another one. You cannot get another credit card because you reached the what limit. So you use it, and I was told the maximum you can use is up to some, I don't mention the amount, but up to some specific amount after now you can't get another one. So you have to wait maybe until the 3 years are done. Hiyo sasa tena imeisha ndio ufanye nini? So naanza kuambiwa now unless you do what. So I think it is important
important for these people to know the maximum amount of money you can draw in case someone is maybe tunaenda next year China or somewhere else and you want to do biashara, you want to purchase things and you don't want to carry that cash, you want to have that. So can they carry up to this amount of money or maybe, yeah, I think that would be more.
So for the KCB card, we don't have a limit on the amount that it holds. You can put as much as you want, but of course you understand, according to the CBK guidelines, for any amount you're going to be depositing any amount above 1 million, we need you to give us supporting documents on the source of funds, but we do not have a limit on the amount that the card can hold. For the daily transactions, our limit is 300 shillings per day. We can transact 300,000 shillings per day. But if you need a larger amount, you can always raise it with us. There's a customer we had recently who was struggling to Dubai. We were able to extend the limit to 2 million per day. Because she was going to do, she was paying a hospital bill for someone. So depending on the request, if you feel like that is little, you can always put in the request. We will, for the time being, expand your limit. And then for the tenor, our card runs for 4 years, not 2. It will serve you for 4 years. And then you can get multiple cards as much as you want. It's not limited to one. Yes.
So within the 4 years, we have a limit to the total amount of money. So if I want to transact 100 million within the 4 years, it's still okay.
It's still okay.
And I can have 2 cards.
Yes, you can have 2 cards, you can have 3 cards. You can have a card even for your institution, for your school. In some cases you get people, if you have your employees, you need some petty cash, you don't want to give them petty cash, you can get prepaid cards for all of them. Yes.
Yeah, maybe in terms of the daily, not even daily, the transaction, I believe it's a one-time transaction over the counter, when it's depositing or withdrawing. Recently in foreign, it was increased from $10,000 to $15,000. Now, when you say $1 million, versus $15,000 is a disclosure. You use $15,000 and I'm taking towards $2 million. So let's talk in terms of dollars and throw this amount of currencies. What's the maximum I can deposit or withdraw? In regards to that issue of $10,000 to $2,000.
So at the moment, on the increase, so we are still at $10,000.
God is good. So now the other questions. I can say they have been able to explain that you can have that card, it has no minimum, you can carry, instead of even carrying cash, it's easier to carry the card. You have also the other option of using Visa card, but this is even better. So the reason why I'm saying this is that I would propose that we will get them a desk there, so that if we want, then we can do that. Then from there, we will be able to get so that we're able to raise with them the way we did. Why am I saying this? You are bringing this because we are doing the service provider, is that we're able also to facilitate convenience. You know, when we were in South Africa, I remember people, their Visa card were not working. I remember I had 3 and 2 failed. You know, sometimes it is like that. So if this gives us a guarantee, so you know when you want to transact anywhere, it is working. So I think manager, before you conclude, I want us really to stop at that, so that we're able also now to continue with other discussions, but then we will ensure they are there so that we finish and then move to the next level. But the manager,
I will not take more than 2 minutes. One is that, thank you so much. Remember, this prepaid card is not only for traveling. You can use it locally. Like, for example, in Kenya, you don't need to carry cash. Just after this and all that, you can use the prepaid card. It is not just one-time contact. So please, it is a very good card that you can use it. Mine is to say this. I know you have transacted before you go, and your money is your essence. Please come for your little money that you can spend here. How do you do that? we also give facilities. I know these are some of them are principles. It's important to say that, and please, I know your plans. KCB, you have the solution that can also help you to manage your travel that you are going to go through. Another key element to say is that I will engage furthermore because of time, and see whether we can have a more partnership together. I know something is happening and we will always continue to partner together. Something I am not related further is what is say thank you again. And I wanted to give a group remember a commitment that if we work together on this particular project, we'll have our contact person. We'll have our contacts one-on-one in case of any inconvenience, because as the father is saying, it happens. And we don't want to assure 100% also going to be anything can happen. We are assuring that we are going to give your contact, we are going to work together so that we make your travel and stay wherever, in Europe, wherever you go, convenient and the culture.